Well, let's move on to our next topic. Rocco, it's your topic, buddy.
Okay, are you a DIY kind of guy?
Explain DIY for those who at home.
Are you a do-it-yourself?
Explain do-it-yourself.
And I'm
for
not
those
talking
who don't
about
know.
going in the shower and doing it yourself.
Well,
I'm talking about, are you the kind of guy that will say, all right, I need to get this kind of stuff done, either around the house, with the computers, with cars, with whatever it be, and you decide that, you know what, I'm going to try to attempt to do it myself and even actually do it myself instead of calling somebody else? Are you the guy that goes, fuck that shit, I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to call that guy up, and I'm just going to have them come over, and I'm just going to pay them, and then I don't even have to do anything? What kind of guy are you?
I'm definitely a do-it-yourselfer.
Yeah, like, what do you do?
I don't know, like anything like...
What do you do?
Well, as far as like the car and everything like that, like
yeah,
like paying $1,500, like the part's only like $200 and you're paying $1,500, like holy shit, like that's huge inflation or something like that. But like,
yeah, exactly. The labor costs or just...
yeah, but like how much? That's crazy for the labor costs. Like I understand people need to get paid.
Yeah, I was just hired by Clay. He said he didn't want to really do this anymore, so he hired me to come on and be the host. So let's do this.
Are you a DIY kind of guy?
You went the long way for that.
It sounds like I just
you did pretty good.
I wanted a glass of water.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It sounded really good though. You sounded like you were from Tennessee.
Busting out all the accents today.
Yeah, no, I could tell you're the accent guy. So, Steve, you were saying though, you are a DIY kind of guy. So, what else have you attempted to do? So, you said you did some automotive stuff that you do instead of allowing.
Remember the TV that your mom and Uncle Neil gave me?
Mm-hmm.
Remember it was broken, and I looked up on YouTube on how to fix it.
I know these stories, Steve. You tell the stories to the guests, my friend.
Oh, okay. my bad.
Okay.
So,
we're doing a
show. My bad, I forgot. Well, anyways, let's see. Rocco's mom and dad, they had a TV that just kept going out on them and everything like that. So I was wondering, like, what was going on with it. It should have been an easy fix or something like that. So I looked up on YouTube. Actually, I looked up on Google. I just typed in and said problem with this TV. And it looked like it was just having like the little transformer issue or something like that. I forgot what the thing is. Capacitor. It was a capacitor. It's one little capacitor. And they said, yeah, if you could fix it, you can have it. So all I did was buy a little $2 capacitor, took the freaking back off the TV, and put the capacitor in, and boom, it worked.
Got yourself a free $350, $400, $500 TV.
And it was like a 40-inch TV or something like that.
Yeah, and
just a little tiny issue and everything. I got a good 8 months out of it. And then I guess it kept blowing capacitors, kept blowing through the
Doesn't matter. $2 fix for you and that's it. It's a $2 TV.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And then ended up tossing it out because it stopped working again.
So what causes you to be a DIY kind of guy? Like, what is it? Is that something you love to do? Is it a money thing? Like value thing?
It's mainly for a money thing. Well, actually, I don't know. The thing is like I've never really had a lot of money. So maybe if I did, would I still be that kind of guy? That's the weird part.
Yeah.
So like I definitely do it yourselfer because of money.
Yeah, as of right now.
As of right now, but like
you enjoy the learning process.
The thing is that I always said that. Well, yeah, I enjoy the learning process definitely because like I've always wanted to be like. I don't want to be a mechanic because you're constantly dirty all the time. I can't stand dirty fingernails. And as far as like I don't know, I can't stand it. But and then
just wear gloves.
The heat. I guess you could. And then
just wear gloves.
I guess I.
But I've always wanted I always wanted to learn how to like do stuff in my car just so I can fix it. Like I always think that's like a really good tool.
I'm right there.
Great to have.
And so so for DIY stuff, like I feel like one, I'm saving money, and two, I'm learning a new trade. Like Steve was kind of talking about in terms of like just learning, like for cars, for instance, learning how to do that. So like I went and got tools to learn how to change my oil. Like I thought that was pretty cool. I did it once. I probably won't do it again. Because you have to dispose the oil, and that's a whole like thing, and like it's and like it will save you money over time, but like it was also very unsafe that I realized afterwards. I was like, oh man, my car was not like it's on a hill a little bit, and like I was using this like little ass jack, and I was like, Like, there's stories of
No.
people getting their head crushed. Like, I just don't.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't live like out in the rural area. I live in the city, so I'm like, this is not the best really environment.
Yeah.
Maybe
right
in
in the middle
future,
of the
yeah.
city street,
Yeah,
and you're like
it's-
changing your oil on the
Yeah,
side of the
it's
road.
just like anything. Anybody comes up and bumps it, like that thing is falling over on me, and I was like, okay, I'm not.
Sounds like a movie where a little pigeon comes and
Dude,
just like
well,
just like
yeah, because like I put my hand, and I put my hand on the car, and the whole thing was like, and I was like, oh.
no.
And thank
That's
God it
when I
was
was like,
done,
no.
but I was like, okay, not again.
Gotcha.
But it was cool. It was a good experience,
Yeah.
right? And I think when I was growing up, my dad was definitely not a do-it-yourself guy. He liked hiring a professional to come in and get it done quickly, efficiently, and he didn't mind paying the money for it. And I respect that. But I never had to mow the lawn. I never had to like really do a lot of gardening. I never had to like work on, and like I also then grew up not wanting to do any of that. But I hit a point in my life where I was like, dude, I don't want to do any of this shit. I need to learn. So I actually get really excited. Like I had to break the frames, the window frames, screen frames, because they were just like old and cracky, and I had to make new ones. I went to Home Depot, and we actually have a very odd set of dimensions, so they don't make a pre-created one. So I had to buy the frames.
Oh, awesome.
I had to cut them with a saw. I had to measure out the screens. I had to put them in the screen with a tool that like rubs it, or, like puts it around and put the things in. Like I learned a lot.
Yeah.
It sounds so stupid to like make your own screens.
No,
it's really,
but
it
so
was
very
fun,
cool.
right? Like
Yeah.
and I saved money. I didn't have to hire someone to come in or buy.
And you learn something new. Yeah.
So
exactly.
it was cool. It was pretty cool. I like doing that.
That's cool though, because that's the same way. That's the thrill that I get out of it too. I do a lot of DIY kind of stuff too, and the reason why I do a lot of it is one, like you guys are saying, yeah, you do save money while doing it yourself, but two, I do it because there's been like just this like hunger for learning more about everything in life. Like I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm not gonna do that more than once, but who cares? Like I would like to learn how that process even works. You know what I mean? Like if somebody, like for example, there's some things that are out of my like expertise that I wouldn't even try to attempt. Like their transmission recently that blew and had to get it fixed. I wouldn't even try to attempt to repair it or do anything. I just took it to a shop to say, hey, you guys do it, who specializes in transmissions.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about like rotors being changed, you're talking about like brake pads, you're talking about like, any of those things that like are pretty interchangeable and then aren't too complex, like I will definitely try to attempt to do those myself and on any type of automotive.
Yeah.
On like a build it myself, not taking anything away from my brother-in-law too, that also helped. But and Steve-O actually, but built a greenhouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
dude,
built
that's
it up.
so cool.
Instead of going out and like buying one, which there's prefab ones that are really good and they're efficient and they're awesome. They don't cost that much. We went out and did it ourselves, and said we wanted to get this experience of how to do this, how to construct one. What does it take? How much does it cost? Can we do this on our own scale? Do we need to buy, furbished one? Can we make a company out of this? Can we build greenhouses for other people and make money off of it on the weekends? Which is something that we're actually going to start doing too.
That's smart.
We already have one person down the road. Now the other thing we also did with DIY is that led to like even I want to make my own food. Like DIY to that point, not just build it yourself, but like make it yourself too.
Right.
Like I want to make our own food, so we'd be able to have kale and tomatoes.
I saw you posted. Right? Did you get
squash
tomatoes?
And cucumber.
And
It was tomatoes, yeah.
and
Better Boy
something else?
tomatoes, and then kale.
Yeah, dude.
Blue Dwarf kale.
Fuck yeah.
And then eggs, right? Like chickens. We built a chicken coop. We've raised 13 chickens. Do it ourselves now instead of getting eggs coming from the grocery store. And now we're getting like 10 eggs a day. Easy. They're laying in the morning and the afternoon. We have 50 eggs we just had the other day in a basket. It's awesome. And now we can even go to sell those too, where people are selling their eggs in the market for organic, fresh eggs for 6 of them for like $3.50, and we're gonna sell 12 of them for $4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's awesome. Like, and we can start giving to people in that way too. So it's like
It's really interesting.
DIY is very, very gratifying, is what DIY is for me, and that's why I'm a DIY kind of guy.
Yeah.
I just like the way that tagline hits.
A DIY guy.
I'm a DIY.
It's pretty
kinda
cool too, because you start to see how much money people are actually charging for what would you call, I don't know what you would call it, like labor, right? Like
Labor.
if you build a computer these days, like I can build top of the line computer for about $1,700, and you look at what that would actually cost if you went to
It's like $3,500.
exactly.
You
So
know,
you're looking at how much you're actually paying that, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
They have to make a living too. But you're like, well, it's not that hard. I can learn how to do it
But that's
myself,
like
and I will save
$50 an hour, man.
Yeah,
Like, come on, bro.
I was so pissed when I found out like the shitty computer I got for the money I paid. Like I was so mad.
Oh, that's right, because you're building one as well, right, Steve?
I'm building one now, and it's gonna be like half the cost of
Right.
what I paid for my shitty one. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's cool too.
half the cost. I was like,
And I've
holy
thought about
shit.
that too. Like, what if we could get into like building computers for people? But the problem is like with tablets and laptops these
Liability and all that
No,
different stuff too.
well, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a pain because it's like they get a virus, they'll call you, right? But like, which is not your job. But like,
Yeah.
but I just don't know how many people are actually buying desktops these days. But it would be really cool to fucking construct computers and like ship them out for people because it's not that hard.
It's funny that you
to
talk
make
about
money.
that. That's one of my next projects. Like on my goals is to learn small engineering, small like motherboard soldering and all that
wow.
electronics.
Cool.
So I want to learn electronics and I want to learn engineering for the sake of like RC hobby kind of stuff. Like I want to start to build
You and
like
your
little
drones.
cars, drones, all these little things. I want to do that because I want to understand electronics and how they operate and work. So that I like if I for whatever reason I'm thinking larger scale for stuff like
Booby
my
traps.
Zombie
aquaponics
apocalypse.
systems,
And if they
aquaponics systems and other things like that, ways of how it all can be engineered and made it more efficient and it, like because if I understand that knowledge, it's more information I now have to work off of.
Right,
so I can
right.
go, oh, I know how that operates and works. But what if we were to try to do it this way?
Yeah.
But if I don't know, then like if I never take that time to learn it, then I'll never have a clue
Yeah,
about
like,
it. It'll never
Clay,
be an opportunity to make new
You should
innovation.
just look up on how to make a bow. That's it. You should make a bow yourself.
Yeah, but I
Oh.
really want the specific kind.
bro that we play with on the game, he's been attempting to make his own recurve bow.
I know. I mean,
Yeah.
that would definitely be a fun
recurve,
project.
like recurve long bow. It's just a project he wants to do too, like a hobby,
Yeah.
like we're talking about, just to eventually make his own bow, and then if he likes the way how it felt with the experience of it, make a like really good bows, just to
Sell?
why because he likes that. No, I mean eventually like sell, you make
That's
some
not a
money
bad
off of it
idea.
and stuff
Make
like
some
that. But
good
just
ones.
because he just likes that, you know what I mean? Like working with your hands and doing something that ends up
So
creating
Yeah,
to be
like there's this guy that I watched that he makes boomerangs. He started
cool.
off making boomerangs himself, and now he makes boomerangs like in the
legit
shapes of like superhero stuff. Like he made a batarang.
cool.
That's
Like
cool.
pretty cool.
That is
And
awesome.
I watched him on YouTube and everything like that, and he's made that. He's also made like a Siver boomerang type thing.
No shit.
So it looks like her thing, and
Yeah.
it legitly works. Like he knows the craft of making a boomerang, and like he can make it any size, and it'll always come back to you.
So
It's so cool.
speaking of
So, like-
Sivir and League of Legends, and we'll transition out of this topic in a minute. The internationals are coming up. We need to prepare, and I want to do a stream. I would love to do a stream of as it's like the finals. It would
Live.
Be, yeah, it'd be pretty
Like
cool.
live when we're chatting on them, like
Yeah.
what's kind of commentating. I got you.
Yeah.
For sure.
That'd be pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, we
'Cause
did
then we
DIY
can have
kinda
like our
guys.
own like little screen.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah, I kind of guys.
We're just
Yeah.
we don't want to listen to other people commentate. We
Yeah,
want
we
to
wanna
commentate over a while watching. All right.
I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. The labor costs or just
Yeah, but like how much? That's crazy for the labor costs. Like, I understand people need to get paid.
Yeah, I was just hired by Clay. He said he didn't want to really do this anymore, so he hired me to come on and be the host. So let's do this.
Are you a DIY
You
kind
went
of guy?
you went the long way for that.
It sounds like
You
no.
did-
Actually, I just
yeah,
really,
you did pretty
I
good.
wanted a glass of water. And I thought
Oh,
this would
okay,
be-
gotcha.
It
That's
sounded
okay.
really good though. You sounded like you're from Tennessee. I'm
Sometimes.
talking about, are you the kind of guy that will say, all right, I need to get this kind of stuff done, either around the house, with the computers, with cars, with whatever it be, and you decide that, you know what, I'm going to try to attempt to do it myself and even actually do it myself instead of calling somebody else? Are you the guy that goes, fuck that shit, I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to call that guy up, and I'm just going to have them come over, and I'm just going to pay them, and then I don't even have to do anything? What kind of guy are you?
I'm definitely a do-it-yourselfer.
Yeah, like
I
what
hate-
do you do?
I don't know, like anything like.
What do you do?
Well, as far as like the car and everything like that, like I
Yeah.
like paying $1,500. Like the part's only like $200, and you're paying $1,500. Like, holy shit! Like that's huge inflation or something like that.
Cool. Well, let's move on to our next topic. Rocco, it's your
Okay.
topic, buddy.
Okay, are you a DIY kind of guy?
Explain DIY for those who at home.
Are
who
you
don't
a
know.
do-it-yourself?
Explain do it
And I'm
yourself
not
for those who
talking
don't
about
Do it
going in
yourself.
the shower and doing it yourself.
Not well.
Okay?
Busting out
All right.
all the accents today.
Yeah, no, I can tell you the accent guy. So, Steve, you were saying though, you are a DIY kind of guy. So what else have you attempted to do? So you said you did some automotive stuff that you do instead of allowing.
Remember the TV that your mom and Uncle Neil gave me?
Mm-hmm.
Remember it was broken, and I looked up on YouTube on how to fix it.